Good morning, everybody. So I had a whole video that I was going to upload. Like, it had multiple clips, it was like, my prep vlog, whatever. But as we know, Andrea has been struggling to get it together, to figure it out. Like, can I do this? Can I not do this? So it's like the first clip of the video is like, okay, it's check-in day, blah, 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 blah. Like, check-in wasn't great, but I still feel good. Like, that was the first clip. And then the next clip's like, I just don't know if I can do this. Like, but I'm still pushing on, and then the next clip is like, I can't do this. So I was just like, oh my gosh, you're a mess, Andrea. You cannot upload this video. And then the very last clip was like, oh, yes, I officially, official, no going back, am quitting prep for now. And then I posted it on Instagram. So I was like, at this point, I'm not uploading all those other clips, because everybody who watches my YouTube, from what I know, would have already seen my post on Instagram now 2 days ago or 3 days ago. So I'm like, I don't need to be going through this. I thought about uploading it anyway, just so that you guys could see literally the thought process of every single day of how I was feeling and what I was talking about. But I was just like, Andrea, it doesn't matter. We're going to move on. We're going to restart from here. So I quit prep. Just because, like I was saying before, I just don't have the mental capacity right now to prioritize being a good bodybuilder. A few examples, I already mentioned the finances. Bodybuilding is expensive, and any of you who are bodybuilders, you know that bodybuilding is expensive. And it's just trying to help out more with my parents, and just trying to reach a couple of other financial goals, and just some other things that I want to do with my money. It's not this isn't even a financial goal, but I had mentioned trying to get Reagan in preschool. You guys, if you're not a parent, I didn't know how expensive preschool was until I started looking at preschool. So I don't think that people know how much preschool is. Reagan is doing 2 full days a week. 2 full days. So a full day at the place that we're going is 6:30 A to 6:30 P. Obviously, we don't have to have her there for that entire time. But it's 2 full days. That is, at this place, $166 per week. Which, when you break it down, it's okay, that's $83 a day. And if she's really there for 12 hours, I would never have her there for 12 hours, or I won't say never, but let's say if she's there for 12 hours, I drop her off at 6:30 a.m. and I don't pick her up until 6:30 p.m. That's not that expensive per hour. It's what? It's less than $20 an hour, right? It's probably closer to $10 an hour, which is completely reasonable for childcare. So I'm not saying it's unreasonable, but it's still expensive. The cost of a luxury vehicle is not unreasonable for the vehicle you're getting, but if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. An $80,000 vehicle is an $80,000 vehicle, whether it's worth it or not. You know what I mean? So that's how I always talk. Sometimes it really truly is about your budget. People always say oh, you're gonna fit what your priorities are. Right, but sometimes it really just is expensive. So all that to say is, it's worth it. It's a priority. But yes, paying nearly $700 a month, or I'll say nearly $600 a month for 2 days a week of preschool is very expensive. And I'm like, that's a lot of money. Plus, I already said, helping out my parents a little bit more, and just trying to save more money. Because again, I have some other financial goals that I'm trying to reach. It's just that on its own. And then just the mental toll, I had already mentioned, not having as much help with Reagan. That's why we have to get her in daycare. But if I have to work out and I don't have somebody to watch Reagan, when I'm in prep, that's a big deal. That frustrates me. When I'm not in prep, I'm like, oh, well, guess I'm not going to do it today. Or I guess I'll just go to Burn Boot Camp. That's another thing for me. I love Burn Boot Camp. If you follow me, you know that I love Burn Boot Camp. And I have worked very hard to cultivate that community and build that gym. We've gotten over 150 members since I've been in my leadership position at that gym. But it's like, as a bodybuilder, I can't do burn boot camp regularly. Like, I can do cardio there because I need to be doing HIIT cardio for fitness, because I need to like have a high cardio capacity, you know. But like, I don't really lift at burn boot camp, because if I need to hit shoulders twice a week, like, I can't do that at burn boot camp. So I really just work there, but I'm not like part of it. I don't consume the product and the community. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to participate. I want to be able to be on the floor working out with those people multiple times a week. Like, I want to be able to do that. So that's another thing that I'm like, I just want to be able to live my life. And I just also think it's important that in bodybuilding, like really in anything, but specifically bodybuilding, because it does have to do with your body and your health, you take breaks. Like, unless you are someone who's making a career out of bodybuilding, I'd say, like, I mean, I don't need to give you examples. People who make a career out of bodybuilding, top 3, maybe top 5 Olympians. Those people never get breaks. Like, they don't get breaks. Sydney Gillen, do you think that she's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna live my life for a few months and then I'll check back in with you, coach, and then we'll do improvement season? No. From the moment she steps off the stage, she's back in her next season. Jacqueline Baker, I'm sure, Nick Walker, I'm sure, like, all of those people are always bodybuilding. Always. Even when they have their vacations, because this is something Sydney does, even when they have their vacations, their breaks, they're still very, very calculated. And for me, I don't want health and fitness to always have to be calculated. Sometimes if Reagan says, I want to bake cookies tonight, I don't want to have to be like, okay, well, let me figure out how this works for me in my bodybuilding. No. Okay, you want to make cookies, baby girl? Let's make cookies. You want to go to the movies and eat popcorn? Let's go to the I don't want to have to like fit things in all the time. Like, and I did take a break for a little while after Legion. Or not after Legion, after Ben Weider. But I was still like in the back of my mind thinking, okay, but we have to be building right now. Like, I was kind of eating whatever I wanted and I was prioritizing protein, and I'm always going to prioritize protein just because like it helps me with my hunger. Like, you know, that's something I'm always going to do, but I'm not going to be weighing my food. I don't want to be weighing my food 365 days a year. Absolutely not. No. I don't want to be counting macros. I don't want to be entering food into MyFitnessPal. So I think it's important to normalize that we don't need to be going prep improvement until the day that we die. Absolutely not. Like, especially for me personally, and I know that there's other moms that do this, but Reagan right now for me is like in the golden years of me wanting to just like do everything with her. She's old enough to want to do stuff and to be able to do stuff, not just like pushing her around in a stroller and she has no memory. You know, taking her to Disneyland when she was 1 was more for me. Right? Like, yeah, she got to see the lights, but like we could have done that at the mall. Like, you know, but now she's at the age where she wants to do things. She remembers these things. Like, I have memories from my life when I was her age. So now we're starting to get into the age where she's literally going to remember some of these things for the rest of her life. These are the beginnings of her lifelong memories. And I don't want that age for her to just always be living her life around my bodybuilding. like, yes, we can still bodybuild and do a lot of those things, but for me, like, I want to be able to participate. Like, I remember when we saw the Paw Patrol movie, me and Ruben were both in prep, and it was fine. She had a great time. She watched the movie. She ate popcorn. She ate snacks, but we were eating meal prep, and like, again, she doesn't know. She doesn't remember, but like, these memories are also for me, and I just like want to, like, yes, that was a good memory. It was fine. Like, but I just don't want it to always be about my bodybuilding. Like, I don't want to always have to pre-plan my bodybuilding around activities that I'm doing with my daughter. So anyway, I'm just living my life. I might jump into prep for later shows. You know, last year, I might just do what I did this past season for next season. So I did one 2024 qualifier. I did Legion, but it was really just to do it, like to warm up, to, you know, get my bearings. But I wasn't like really necessarily trying to qualify. Like I didn't have my eye on that qualification. I was really like, okay, let's see what we can do at Chattanooga and at Ben Weider, right? I might do that. Hop into Tampa or Arizona, and then do Chattanooga and Ben Weider. I just need a little bit of a longer break. If I'm going to do Tampa, I would have to start prep like at the end of March. So there's still time for me to figure it out. I also I don't know if I'm going to compete at all this year. I might just enjoy living my life. I don't know. But anyway, I will still be doing vlogs. They're just not going to be like specifically prep. Like there's going to be other stuff. I still have to do my, so I got some Vuori pants, and I didn't say that I was going to do this on YouTube, but if you follow me on Instagram, I posted about it one time on my story. I got some Vuori pants, which I don't know like where you guys are geographically, but in California, Vuori is like a it's like a new popular luxury athleisure brand. It's very expensive. It's like Lulu. It's like Athleta. It's very popular in California. They're a California-based brand. But I'm like, I don't spend $100 on leggings. Like I am a crazy yoga girl. Link in bio, AG Fit Mom for 10% off. And I love crazy yoga. I also love that crazy yoga pants are $30 or less. But I got a Vuori gift card from my bosses for Christmas. So I obviously ordered some pants, and then I was like, okay, I want to see what all the hype is about. I'm going to do like a comparison. Like, are these $100 pants, like, are they really better? And I'll give you the like spark notes. I'm not going to do the whole video right now. I actually really, really like those pants. Are they $70 better than my crazy yoga? Like I compared my Vuoris to my favorite crazy yogas, or like to my most comparable crazy yogas, and I'm like, okay, these were 28 and those were 98. Not only are they better, are they $70 better? I don't know, you're gonna have to wait for the video. Anyway, I'm at the gym. I don't remember what I was going to say, but I will still be vlogging a little bit of like, I'm still going to like, because I know a lot of you use this for prep entertainment. I know I'm famous. There will still be vlogs. They're just not going to be necessarily like, you know, prep update type vlogs. I'm still going to share a lot about like what I'm doing in this season of life, which may or may not be interesting to you. But yeah, and like I said before, I'm going to be doing like other like short form type vlogs, like the comparison of the leggings, and I am going to do an Arnold prediction video. The Arnold is like 8 days away. They're entering peak week, and I'm going to do a prediction video. I never did my Olympia wrap up, but it's dead and gone. I'm excited about my Arnold prediction, but I need to do some homework before I post it. So I'll probably do that in a few days. And that's all for now, you guys. Thanks for catching up. Thanks for your support. I will be back on stage. I just want to make sure that when I'm back on stage, I'm better. Because this is actually the last thing, because I actually did record this, but then I deleted it. So now I'm remembering some other things that I said. Another part of why I didn't want to prep this early is because I want to be better. Whether you win or no matter how you rank, you always want to be better than you were. And I think with how short my improvement season was, like I'm going to say my off season, I didn't feel like I was better. So I'm like, I'm just going to like diet and still be the same. Like if it didn't win last time, it's not going to win this time. Like, yes, I was planning to have a better prep, but I just didn't feel like I was better. So I already was going into that prep feeling like this is a waste of time because you're not better. So I also think that this extended off/improvement season, I'm going to be focusing more on my mobility and my skills, and just lifting heavy. And like I said, but anyway, I just felt like I was setting myself up for disappointment of not being better the next time I got on stage. And I do not like, if anything, like that's one thing I don't want to do, because I know how I felt last year when I got on stage and I was so much better, because I've never really experienced actually being better my next season, because I'm always like kind of just the same. If I'm any better, it's only in conditioning. It's like not actually in anything else. And I wanted to actually be better. And last year, I remember when I got on stage at Legion and I compared my side by sides, I was like, I did that. I was better. And I didn't want to get on stage at Adela or Van and be like, you look the same. So anyway, so that's another reason why I decided not to prep right now, because I want to spend more time getting better and better in other areas than, like I said, maybe just building my back. I want to be more flexible. I want to have better skills. Like I want to actually be better. So anyway, I don't remember where that was going, but thanks for your support. I'll talk to you guys later.